Joey Chestnut of Talking About Movies, Edwin Gomez, to introduce what we're talking about tonight. Edwin, your bandwidth is low, so you're in a tiny little box on my screen.
Oh. Ruined my intro, man. You ruined the fucking intro, man. How dare you, Connor? Now the rhythm's gone, Connor. The rhythm is gone.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna start again. Thanks. Okay, Connor. It's not your fault. It's America's fault. But anyway, season's greetings.
Go ahead, Edwin.
God, son of fuck. What's
Sorry.
going on here, man?
I'm sorry, I did it again.
Season's
this time you can go.
Son of a bitch. Okay. See.
You got it. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
You got this. It's your time to shine.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What the fuck is that? Okay.
Okay.
Melted his brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Season's greetings, everybody. It's Christmas time. You know what time it is. It's time for Christmas action movies. And today we're talking about two of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. I'm talking about I Come in Peace, aka Dark Angel, and Die Hard 2, Die Harder. That's right. We're not talking about the first fucking Die Hard movie. We're talking about Die Hard 2, which is also a Christmas movie. Take it away, Connor.
That it is. And also, joining us tonight, Marina, I spotlighted you.
Hello. It's me, Marina. I haven't been on in a little while. I'm bummed I missed the Thanksgiving episode, but I'm happy to be back here, back in America from Japan, ready, fresh off the boat for this episode. So I'll be honest, I haven't seen these films, but I'm very excited to learn about them. And I've reviewed a little bit of information about them. So I'm just excited to witness this Christmas magic, the holiday spirit.
Yeah, so thank you for joining, and also
Yep.
joining us, muted.
There you go. Hey, sorry. I'm Scott. I haven't been on for a while either. I was sorry to miss the Killer of the Flower Moon episode.
Yeah.
But I'm also happy to be back in America. Yeah, let's do this. Let's talk about Christmas movies.
But yeah, really briefly before we get to there, I want to say thank you to Marina and her band Shenkin for the use of their song Kerfs off of the EP She Nods for our intro. And it's been 29 days since the strike ended, and the AMPTP still sucks. Yeah, let's get into it. As the Black Eyed Peas once said, let's get it started. And talk about I Come in Peace. Edwin, do you want to tell us about I Come in Peace?
All right. It's Christmas Eve in Texas. You know, everything's cheerful. Everything's a holiday spirit until an unknown force came to Houston. I'm talking about an alien that came to steal drugs. And then Dolph Lundgren comes in, Houston cop in the mix. It's basically Predator 2. They stole the concept for Predator 2. It's Christmas themes.
It's kind of a mashup of a bunch of different things.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely a bit of it that kind of plays like To Live and Die in LA, but with an alien.
Exactly. You know, you got Dolph Lundgren as a cop. trying to take down the alien before he ruins Christmas, and Dolph Lundgren's got to save Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also, I would say there's not, Scott, did you get to catch this one?
I did, yes.
Nice. Yeah. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. I do have to make a correction there, Edwin. The alien was not there to steal drugs. The alien was here to manufacture drugs.
Manufacture drugs.
Yeah.
Well, he had to steal drugs as part of the process.
Yeah, but I mean that wasn't why he was here. He had to gather supplies, and part of those supplies were drugs. But like he was like, should we?
We should explain
no offense,
that.
Edwin. May I explain the plot?
Yeah, or we want to explain that mechanic of like what the drugs are. Yeah.
So yeah, basically an alien, and they don't explain this right away. First, you just kind of see it happening before you know what's happening. They shoot like a syringe like into the stomach, and what you find out is that he shoots you up with heroin. And when that heroin goes inside you, your brain hits an endorphin, and he's able to extract that endorphin and make it to like a perfect pure drug. So
Right.
Well,
Man.
You're lagging a little, Edwin.
yeah, what was that, Edwin?
Oh, never mind. Oh, he's good. He wants us to
Okay.
keep talking.
Anyways, so that is the alien's plan, and then like essentially it's just this one alien doing it, and there is another alien after him, like essentially another cop or whatever from the future, and that is happening while this cop movie is happening.
Yeah.
And like they don't actually meet until I would say a little bit too late in the movie.
Probably, yeah.
And also I wish that the aliens were more characters. Like at the end of the movie, when the credits rolled, they were credited as good alien, bad alien. And it was like, yeah, that's about it. That's about all we like.
Yeah, it's the way they intersect essentially is that the bad alien has to steals all the heroin that he uses in this manufacturing of the drug from this big drug deal, and it causes this gang war and police thing because you know the police think that the gangs took it, the gangs think that the police took it, and like crooked cops are doing it, and so no one is thinking, oh, an alien came and took it, and so
it's bonkers. And like I wish it was just. I liked it for how bonkers it was, and the action was well done.
That weapon was cool.
Yeah, I wish it was all put together just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like it was all good enough that it could have been a little bit better. Like I wish just they had a little bit more, the hands just a little bit firmer on the wheel, because there was a lot going on, and.
It sounds like two movies happening at the same time.
It
so
really
very...
kind of was because like all this like stuff that kind of just described with the cops and Dolph Lundgren and everything was happening, and then they would just cut to this alien. Like, okay, you'd almost forget about it, and then you cut to it.
The two storylines don't really directly intersect till about like three-fifths of the way through, I would say. Like not quite. It's not quite at the end of the second act. It's a little before that, but it's deep. The latest you would ever want these two plot lines to interact is like at the midpoint, and it doesn't even do it that early. And really, you probably want it to start interacting at like that's the end of Act 1. That is your Act 2 is these two things interacting.
Yeah, like my biggest change would have been the good alien would have teamed up with Dolph Lundgren. What does happen? I guess I don't know if we're doing sport like. I
don't really care. I know what you mean though. Like there's the two main guys and the one alien should have been consolidated into two characters.
Exactly. We did not need the FBI agent. Because I didn't mind his story and his arc, but it was just like we were juggling too many things.
And see, I would almost, instead of eliminating that guy, I would make Dolph Lundgren the good alien. And have the FBI character
actually I think that
the less, because then like reinforces, because I do like the relationship between those two human leads. It has that to live and die in LA sort of thing where it's these two, you know, like the good cop and the bad cop, but unlike it just being a situation where, you know, it's a little more like one is kind of pulling the other into the other than like the basic stereotypes of that. It's gotten cold in my apartment. I might need to get a jacket or a blankie or something.
When you guys mentioned the drug aspect, I don't know why the first thing I thought of was, have you seen Brain Damage?
I've not
at all.
I don't know.
Really? Okay. Well, it's just like a late 80s horror film where it has some really gruesome special effects of, essentially it's an alien, but it's like this very obvious allegory for drug addiction and stuff. And it just takes over his whole life and kind of he like comes out of his head and it's crazy. So in my head, it's like, maybe what you're describing doesn't sound as insane as that, but a little more just directly about drugs, and there just happens to be an alien involved in the drugs.
Drugs were just sort of how the cops got involved. The fact that he needed to steal this heroin is how the cops sort of got involved. If he could have just like stolen heroin without anyone noticing, like you know, if somebody was just walking with a case of heroin and he would have just been able to like slit the guy's throat and take that, he would have been doing this, and like then there would have been a whole different movie about like them like following this serial killer who's like overdosing people. And then it still would have been very weird when somebody like, wait, the answer was there's a fucking alien?
Serial killer.
That being said, it feels weird that it sounds like I'm being very critical of this movie, but I feel like I'm being critical because it was good enough. Like I feel like it could have been better.
No,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
You believe that it could rise to the occasion.
Because it is very, I mean, it's 90 minutes long. It's fun schlock. It was not, you know, like normally a movie like this, I would kind of look at and be like, oh, I wish I could watch this with friends, but I watched this by myself and it was a hoot, you know, like it wasn't,
Nice.
But, and it would probably be more fun, to be fair, to watch with friends.
Absolutely.
Because you could make fun of it. Because I ended up just writing a bunch of, I have a bunch of notes and I'm looking through them now because it's been like a week and a half since I made them, and some of them are just jokes, like the fact that I legitimately, the first scene or two when we see them pumping them full of heroin, I was like, is that cum? Because we don't know that it's heroin, and I thought, are they pumping them full?
That's a wild movie.
Because I mean, I wasn't even like, I mean, obviously I was being a little facetious, but I was also honestly thinking, because that's like an alien thing, is like hybrid alien babies and stuff.
Absolutely.
Impregnating.
And I love, there's like a scene where the partner gets on a telephone and he's like, operator, I need this operator, and he's like clearly just like bullshitting before Dolph Lundgren comes up and he can hang up and do the scene. And it's been a while since I've seen that for a movie this high production level, that high of a level of like what is clearly like time filler BS, you know.
Connor, I'm jumping right here. I disagree with Scott said. About if Dolph Lundgren is the alien, so wrong. He deserves to be the cop. All right, the FBI agent are some of the best dynamic duos in motion picture history, man. They're some of the cases we had to get down this fucking alien, man. Like, I disagree with everything he said about that. Everything.
So you want him to be the hero, the human hero of the story. I see.
Exactly.
It sounds like that's what happened.
Exactly, man. It's not from ain't no alien. He's a Houston cop and knows how to kick ass and say badass.
He's definitely not a Houston cop. As someone from Houston.
You know what?
This is a motion picture, man. This is a Christmas movie, Connor. It's a fucking Christmas movie, man.
Edwin, can I just say, I was not the one who said that Dolph Lundgren should play the alien. That was Connor.
I did, I was saying
Connor,
it more in the context
wrong,
that I wanted them to simplify those characters down.
Yes,
I wanted it to be like a similar vibe. Like it could still be Dolph Lundgren and the FBI guy, but if Dolph Lundgren was the alien and it was more about this alien cop having to lurk with the FBI.
I disagree.
Why?
Connor. Disagree. You are wrong, sir. You are wrong.
It's a cleaner concept.
Sounds like it. I'm with Connor. I don't know.
I will say this: I liked Dolph Lundgren's performance in the movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of his leading role stuff, but I thought it was one of his better
They're all great.
performances.
Great.
I loved his final one-liner.
It's iconic. It's iconic as fuck.
I forgot what it was.
Well, the title comes from the alien who.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's being ironic or not, but he just keeps saying, "I come in peace."
And then he shoots this
and then he shoots
disc
the heroin
weapon.
at you. Yeah.
That weapon's really cool. That it's like this.
yeah.
It's like this little tiny disc. It's like somewhere between like Captain America's shield and Odd Job's hat, where like it shoots out and bounces around and slits people's throats.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good disc weapon. I feel like they're very underutilized.
Well, this was
good
like,
ricochet weapon too. Yeah.
Yeah. This movie came out in 1990, so like the idea of CDs was still somewhat novel.
Yeah.
But no, so he keeps saying, "I come in peace," and so at the end of the movie, Dolph Lundgren like impales him on a pipe.
And they're all made of marshmallows.
And he goes like, "I come in peace," and then Dolph Lundgren pulls out the gun and goes, "And you're about to go in pieces." And he shoots.
That's not bad. That was
a great one. That was a great
100%. So it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I would say I wanted him to say I don't and then shoot him.
All right, so Die Hard 2, Connor. Hard 2.
We're not done. We're not
okay.
done.
He is over it.
You're over it. You're so busy. You forgot to you one of these days you'll remember these.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so look. Time is of the essence here. All right, I got tons of footage I got to look that through. So let's yeah.
Wow, he's gone Hollywood on us, guys.
Yeah, quite.
I mean, I was just gonna say that I think Christmas is pretty incidental to the movie. Like, there's not a lot of stuff.
Still a Christmas movie.
It is still a Christmas movie. I'll grant you that. Sure.
In the beginning, it kind of set the mood.
Yeah.
At the opening of the film, but it did get dropped pretty quickly. And actually, I was thinking that I do wish it would have, even if you would have seen it around like the set. Didn't they drive through a mall at one point?
Yeah, I think so.
Like that mall should have been all decked out in Christmas.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like a less funny Alien Private Eye, but
a less funny, right? Because Alien Private Eye is great,
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on to Die Hard 2, Alien. You got Anson. You're so fucking concerned.
Hey man, time's of the essence.
Dennis is asking you, why are you stop and enjoy smell the roses once in a while.
Relax.
Jesus, man.
Scott, do you want to explain the plot of Die Hard 2?
I got this, man. I got this. All right. Die Hard 2, Die Harder, the ultimate Christmas movie. John McClane at the Washington airport waiting for his wife Hyde to come in, spend Christmas with their family, but everything goes to shell with his rogue ex-military colonel takes control of the airport because he was going to bring some Cuban drug lord coming in, and now John McClane's got to save Christmas again in an airport with snow and more explosions and more taglines.
I gotta say, Edwin, that's maybe the best summary of a movie you've ever given.
Thank you. I do my own stunts. That
was a great. Yeah, I liked this, especially the second half, more than I remembered, and I've always liked the movie. But I do think it's let me throw more positive stuff out there.
It is a downgrade for the first movie.
Yeah.
But this gives it more the Christmas vibe for some reason. I don't know, maybe because there's snow and there's a lot of Christmas decoration shit like that.
It's set in a Christmassy climate as opposed to LA in the first one.
Exactly.
My biggest issue with this movie is that it's called Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
So when I'm watching it,
you want to be called, Scott?
I'm just saying when I'm watching it, I'm like, you know what's a better movie? Die Hard, which is true of a lot of movies, but this movie invites direct comparison. But but on its own, removed from that, it is a very entertaining, well done action flick. You know, like if it just would have been like, I don't know, whatever, airport disaster, we'll come up with a better title. But
And Scott, you come right out of a comic book, man.
Well, that's like the origin of most of these sequels is they've all been like retrofitted from other stories and scripts.
was that true of this one too?
This one was, and I looked into
Okay.
it, and apparently, I think the weirdest thing to me, and I looked this up today, is that I when I looked into the book, I thought the book was going to be much more presenting the narrative from like an old disaster movie perspective, because the first half of this movie really feels very different from the first Die Hard in that sense. It almost feels, maybe it's just because it's at an airport, but it reminds me of like the old, like the Airport 77 and things like that, where it's cutting in between. There's like this large cast of characters and you know, certain victims, and it's cutting in between. And I'm actually, Edwin, are you shaking your head because you disagree with me, or are you are you listening to me with your ear up to the phone?
I don't.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's
all good, I think.
I'm talking, I think Die Hard 2 reminds me, especially in the first half, of like Airport 77 and those disaster movies where there's all of this big cast. And I bet that's part of why you really like it a lot, Edwin. I bet that's a big appeal of it, is like that big cast, because it is a great cast. Dennis Franz.
That's a good comparison. That's those two similar bonds. I love both movies, but if I pick one, I choose Airport 77 a lot.
Yeah. But
All right, continue on.
apparently the book isn't structured like that. The book is just about a different crazy cop hero character,
Okay.
and
Sure,
they just deleted you know, search for Bon McDane and replace all John McClane. And yeah, I think almost all of the other ones are kind of the same thing. That plane crash towards the middle is one of the best plane crashes I've ever seen in a movie. Maybe it's a weird thing to say, but
I hear you.
harrowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also kept thinking, like, I'd be so relieved if I just got off of my plane there, and then like you go home, and like a day later you find out like,
you know what? I kind of felt that way last year. I went home for Christmas, and I just, that whole Southwest debacle. I didn't fly Southwest, but it was like one of those things where I was like, yeah, I only didn't fly Southwest because I didn't fly Southwest. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't avoid anything. I wasn't smarter than anybody else. So yeah, I was watching it going like, God damn, I'm just so glad that's not me right now.
Yeah, definitely.
The worst.
And I mean, I think most of my notes here, I have some like questions actually for Edwin we can get to in a second, but most of my notes are very specific. I think as a whole, I do like this, but it does also, I think the biggest issue is the first half. It takes a while for it to get cooking. John McClane doesn't really do a lot for the first half of the movie, and even when you get into the second half, like at the end of the movie when he's going to confront the bad guys, he like just hitches a ride on a helicopter with a bunch of people. Like he's way less isolated, but they're still trying to play it as if he is. Unlike, I think, Die Hard 3, which is the second best Die Hard movie in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Die Hard 3 does a better job of like making you feel that isolation in this sea because of how he's being targeted, whereas this one, in the first half, he doesn't feel very isolated because he's
it's hard to be isolated when he's at the airport.
Yeah, he's just constantly talking to people. He's just constantly going into rooms and having conversations with people, and I think it takes a while for it to feel like John McClane is being like an action guy and doing action things.
Why does this sound like The Terminal? I don't know if you've seen that Tom Hanks ditty, but
yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
you know,
it's just like the silliest movie ever.
It's not the most dissimilar.
No, yeah.
That's not giving it high praise, I guess.
I would believe that Spielberg threw this movie on maybe once before, as he was prepping this.
Honestly, just to look at like the ways, because I can't think of a movie, like very many movies that are set this much in an airport,
Yeah.
Just to look at like how is it shot.
It was also fun to watch how like 90s and also just pre 9/11.
Yeah.
TSA what? Like
he just walks back into where the bags are. I love that. And there was my favorite part about that is he walks in and then there's just like I guess technically he shows his police badge,
his badge.
But there's like steam shooting everywhere. I'm like I don't think that's how that would be.
It's like a factory in there.
Yeah.
Also, just the villain is just simply not as good.
Yeah, especially and it sucks too because I love William Sadler. He's such a good he's such a good actor, but I don't think they don't give him quite as much to do. There's like too many main bad guys too. There's like a whole group of them at the end. It doesn't like isolate them down as much, even compared to like with A Vengeance, which does that a little more. I do love some of that stuff at the ending though. Like I love the fire line and him lighting it on fire and then that paying off as being the runway is. Yeah,
you're right about the second half. Like it does really take off.
Yeah,
and
that snowmobile chase is really fun, and like all the stuff about the blanks, like the reveal of the blanks to Dennis Franz, where he just.
I would say Dennis Franz's like arc. Is really good. I like and that scene when he does that and like Dennis Franz finally realizes what's happening and like what he has like. Look, it's on you. He really handles it really well. Like it's a really great performance by him.
Yeah, there's a scene, Marina, where basically John McClane realizes that this one team of military people were sent in are actually helping the bad guys, and it's because they have this gun with blanks in it. And the way he proves it to Dennis Franz, this guy who's like the security chief at the airport, and he like has been at McClane's throat all night. Is McClane comes in and just like goes like shoots the machine gun at him, and it's full of blanks. And he's like, oh, and then he finally is cool with Dennis Franz, with John McClane, and then he does this at the end. He's like, hey, it's Christmas.
Well, because the movie starts.
Hell yeah.
The movie starts with John McClane getting a ticket.
Yeah, getting his car towed in front of the airport.
And so it ends with Dennis Franz going like, did you get this ticket in my airport? We'll forget about it. He rips it up. It's like, it's Christmas. Yeah, so I mean, as far as story structure goes, Die Hard 2, you nailed it.
Set it up and knocked it down, sounds like.
Yeah, great cast. I noticed one of the thugs, I don't think he gets any lines, but one of the like bad guy thugs is John Leguizamo, I noticed this time, which I'd never noticed before. I did think it's funny how both films have a moment where a bureaucratic cop, Dennis Franz in this, the partner, and the other decisively say like, "Let's kick some ass." Like they both have that exact same moment towards the towards the end, which I thought was funny. I think it's funny that they do the bit where it's like the John McClane and his wife are like, "This keeps happening to us," like it's the McAllisters in Home Alone.
Yeah. I do think it was wise on there to like to open it up.
Yeah.
To not make it like another like. Yeah. Now he's on a train or something. I guess that's what the third one would have had to be. But you know what? They already did that with Under Siege 2, so I'm sure they couldn't. And it's fine because you're right. Die Hard 3 is absolutely the best, second best one in the series, and like just dope. Like in a way where when I'm watching this movie, I do like it, but I'm like, it's just not the first one. when I watch that third one, I'm just not thinking that. Like, it's not as good as the first one, but I'm not thinking about the first.
And I think it's different enough. I think this one is a
That
little
too.
too much.
This one is definitely trying to be a sequel to Die Hard.
Yeah.
That is the curse of the sequel. There's many pitfalls you can encounter with creating a sequel, and that's never the best option in my opinion. It's just how do you live up to it?
Before I bring Edwin back in, I was going to say one of the funniest things about this being a sequel is how they bring William Atherton back in, which is probably the worst example in the movie of them doing sequel-y stuff, where it's like, apparently they're about to land after a 4-hour flight, and just then William Atherton is being told he can't sit somewhere up front. I don't know if you caught that, Scott, when you watch it.
Absolutely. Whenever I watch this, like, why is he getting kicked? This should be at the beginning of the flight.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a situation where maybe it was like a short flight, like it was like New York to Washington or something, and it was so, like it was like short enough that it necessitated it. And then I also don't like how they portray him like a huge asshole in this one. He's not being that big of an asshole in this one. He's just kind of trying to tell people about the horrible thing that's going on. He's being shitty and sensationalist about it, but he's being punished for his sins in the first movie. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. He's definitely not as much of an asshole in this one. Like, you're supposed to remember, and it's been so long since I've seen that first one, and I didn't rewatch it for this, and so like in my head I was like, he's being punished. He's being punished more than he should be, considering what he's doing here. Yeah, I would say like the whole Holly you certainly didn't need him. And I know what they were trying to like recreate, like her in danger, like in the first one, but it just doesn't quite hit the same. No. Especially like it almost would have been if she just kind of had more of a cameo towards the end. It was like, wait, that's going to be her. Like maybe like towards the end, you'd realize that she's on that flight, and that's why he's here or something. I don't know. Yeah. It just like her whole thing doesn't quite work as well in the first movie. Or I mean, honestly, it could even be. I mean, some people would have a problem with this sort of thing, but like, to me, the idea that her flight lands and she's there and he's noticing this stuff and he gets like caught up in it because he's a cop and he's a hero and he's empathetic, and he wants to save people and he doesn't need to just have to save his wife. And then you could still have his wife if you wanted to get in danger by being at the airport. Yeah, I was going to say, like, you could even make it like they're waiting for somebody else. Yeah. And that's when he notices this stuff. Yeah, exactly. And eventually, he's like, that's John McClane. That's his wife. We saw them on TV. Kidnap the wife. And that would also give McClane more of a, like, because he doesn't really have... Because if I'm remembering, in the first Die Hard... There's a bit about like he's kind of it's like I said, it's been a minute since I've seen it, but he's like sort of not in the best place at the beginning of the movie, right? Like something's happened. They're separated, yeah. They're separated, and he's like flying in from New York to see her in LA. Yeah. And the kids in LA. And so the idea that he would have to, because in the version as presented, the personal stakes, the wife, and the plot stakes of like this thing happening are like directly tied, and it would probably be more interesting if they were opposed and it was a situation where he had his wife and he was almost having to like not neglect her, but like I gotta leave you here at the airport and go do hero John McClane stuff. But no, she's just up in the plane, messing with what's his face, William Atherton, who's also just there coincidentally. Doesn't make any sense. But Edwin, do you want to come back to us, Edwin? We might have lost him.
An ominous still shot of what looks like a warehouse.
Oh, we got him.
Edwin, engage
that
with
his
us for a
ear
little
canal?
while.
Sorry. What?
Engage with us for a while.
Okay. All
Um,
right. All right. So,
I was
Die Hard 2.
Yeah, we were kind of wrapping it up. I was going to specifically ask you, what do you think? A two-part question. What do you think Rennie Harlin's best Christmas action movie is, and what do you think?
Oh, you know what? I already know it. It's Long Kiss Goodnight. I really enjoy Long Kiss Goodnight.
And then what do you think his best movie period is?
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Okay.
I really love Cliffhanger. It's funny because Cliffhanger is relatively known as Die Hard on a Mountain, and it's funny because he made this movie. He made Die Hard too, but
A real journeyman.
I think he's a very underappreciated. Huh?
A real journeyman, a guy who's done a lot of stuff. Isn't necessarily like an auteur in the same way a lot of other people are, but a solid working director. I do like
Exactly.
Nightmare 4. I think about that one.
That's right. He did Nightmare 4. That's right.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
right?
What was that? That's
Dream Child, right?
I believe
No, Dream Warriors.
Is that
No,
Dream Warrior?
no.
No, that's 3.
3 is Dream Warriors. 4
Yeah.
4 and 5 is Dream Child and Dream Master, but I forget which
4 is Dream Master.
That's what I thought.
I'm not too familiar with 4.
I'm looking up. You know what? I've never seen. And this actually got him thrown in director's jail. Cutthroat Island.
Oh yeah.
Cutthroat Island is great. Cutthroat Island is a very
I've heard good things. It did awful. It did so poorly. It almost made Pirates of the Caribbean not happen. Like. When they were making it, they were nervous about making it because of Cutthroat Island. That's like how infamously bad that movie did. Where it's like, we don't want that.
Well, Cutthroat Island's great. I mean, it's a super unappreciated film, but it didn't deserve all the hate it got.
I should check it out sometime.
Well,
You should fucking check it out, Scott.
Unless people have more to say about Die Hard 2, I wanted to open up briefly to Christmas action movies before my game. Any sort of Christmas action movies.
Christmas.
I've got 2 right here. We've got Batman Returns on my shirt, and I got Trancers right behind me.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with Invasion USA. It's one of my all-time favorites, action Christmas movies. And then something I've watched recently, 3 Days of the Condor, which is a hidden Christmas movie.
I think
which is a masterpiece.
You go ahead, Scott. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, please.
You know what? I'll just go obvious, but I'll go with Shane Black. You know, like I already mentioned, Lenny Harlan's "Long Kiss Goodnight." I enjoy very much. Then there's Lethal Weapon, obviously, which is one of my favorites. And then one of the best, I think, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another. He made another Christmas action movie.
And Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3.
And The Nice Guys.
Yeah. Kind of.
It doesn't turn
Just
to
saw
Christmas
that
by the
movie.
end. It only turns to a Christmas movie by the end of the movie.
That's okay. That's enough.
Yeah.
No, snap.
I'll agree with Edwin. I don't
Oh.
think Nice Guys counts.
I agree. I don't watch it at Christmas the way I watch.
Yeah. You could watch all those other ones have like a lot more Christmas in them.
Yeah.
But he is like, I feel like the guy who made that a trope.
No, he did. You know, he's the first guy. Well, it was No, it was him first. It was him first because Lethal Weapon. I was gonna say Die Hard kind of started, but no, Lethal Weapon was first.
Well, because isn't the Die Hard Christmas thing? Wasn't that kind of stolen from Lethal Weapon, more or less? Like
it might have been. It might have been. Honestly, it might have been. Unless Shane Black mentioned it to somebody and decided to do that. That's what I'm guessing probably because it was made by the same producers.
And I wanted to ask you. I had a couple of specific questions I wanted to ask you. We'll cut in between these and we'll have other people. But are you, in terms of Christmas action movies, do you prefer Lethal Weapon or Die Hard?
I'm gonna go with Die Hard.
Die Hard? And why is that?
Die Hard, yeah. Well, because unlike certain people, mainly Mr. Bruce Willis, who called it not a Christmas movie, but no, it's a Christmas movie by heart. One, it has Christmas elements. It's in the score. It's in the theme. The scene where now I have a machine gun. Who do that? Only a guy that knows the spirit of Christmas. It ends with a fucking Christmas song. It ends with the fucking Christmas song.
It opens with one too.
There you go.
Die Hard also
Scott,
starts with
Scott,
one.
No, you lost, man. Exactly,
yeah,
Die Hard
there you
starts
go.
with the song.
By the way, I would agree with Edwin too. Of the two, absolutely Die Hard.
Good. I thought. So I thought, Scott. Fucking thought, Scott.
I did just see Silent Night, which I thought was interesting, but not totally successful.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It took a minute. I have thoughts. Like, I don't think it was entirely successful, but like once you give yourself up to it, it's like I just remember thinking like this is incredible filmmaking.
Yeah,
like he's really going for it, and it's a lot grittier than I expected.
Yeah, and I did not know. Like, I think a lot of people probably aren't expecting the whole thing to be without dialogue. Like, you go in thinking like, oh, like the protagonist can't talk, so
yeah,
like he's not gonna talk, but nobody talks in the movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Even in like flashbacks, like I thought like maybe he would talk during a flashback. No, and that's what I mean about like. Because at first I was like, oh, I would have done this. And then finally I just like, you know what? This is what we're doing. This is a movie where like they're just not. And then like I said, once you just kind of like give yourself to that.
For sure.
I don't know if it totally works, but I was very impressed by just like the filmmaking of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's like sequences, especially in the back half, that are a lot of
that
fun.
stairway fight.
Yeah,
man. Like it's worth it for that, I think.
Yeah, and some of those chase scenes. And I honestly, I really liked once he decided to start, because it's kind of like the movie's kind of structured like Death Wish essentially. And once towards the middle, once he decides to start like training and stuff, I liked some of that was fun, and it was interesting to watch how a movie could be told like fully visually. Because it's, with very, very little, there's like, there's some like radio reports you hear here and there. There's, you see a couple of newspaper articles. There's a couple of moments where you hear a character kind of softly say like, it's okay. Like a character's comforting a person and they're like, it's okay. It's okay. But it was interesting.
Complete sentences. Yeah, certainly. And certainly not exchanging of two sentences between two. Yeah.
No. Not Kevin Smith. This ain't.
Nope.
But did you guys have any other Christmas action stuff? And then I was going to ask Edwin a couple final questions.
I'm just not super familiar with this particular subgenre, so I apologize. I can only really think of Christmas horror. I do know that the Christmas action movie seems to be having some sort of resurgence within the last few years or so, which is cool, and I feel like it's a good vehicle to kind of make a really fun.
There was Violent Night last year.
I was gonna say Violent Night was pretty fun last year.
There was that Fat Man movie I didn't see with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not see that.
But yeah, Edwin, come back to us. Edwin, my sweet spirit, my sweet boy.
I will say I like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and I have been meaning to watch Tokyo Godfathers. I think that is somewhat in the subgenre. It's an anime, but yeah.
Edwin, my sweet prince.
Edwin. We lost Edwin.
Yeah, it just looks like a found footage horror film, which is pretty much every time.
The man had places to be.
Oh, yeah.
We were lucky to get him while we had him.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm seeing him later. I'll slap him around. It's okay.
Hey, it's a good Christmas action movie? Enemy of the State.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that. Let me see.
Seth Green.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
I forgot he was in it. Yeah, he's like one of the hackers. Like he's barely like
he would definitely be a hacker in a late '90s
like,
action thriller.
It's him and Jack Black, I believe, are the two hackers. And I think that's how I was thinking, like, oh yeah, like it's just like, yeah, it is definitely of that time of where like they're playing those characters.
Yeah, this might be a little later than when Seth Green was in like one episode of X-Files as like a stoner in the forest.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's just good at that.
It looks like Jamie Kennedy is also in this.
Yes, he is.
Stacked.
Yeah, they all
Hell
like the same like op team. They're the same like illegal hacking team.
It looks
Love
like
it.
there's a lot of. I'm looking at these.
It's a stacked cast.
It is a stacked cast.
And Tony Scott directs it. Like it's it's pretty incredible. I might actually watch that tonight.
It looks fun. Let's
see. Barry Pepper.
Nice.
Jason Lee, Gabriel Byrne. Lisa Bonet, Larry King as himself.
Yep, of course.
Awesome.
Did Edwin say how long he'd be?
He gave us a 1, which I assume means like a minute.
All right.
Oh,
he's back. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
We've got you. We've got him.
We've got him back, baby. All right, before we move on to the game, I just wanted to ask.
Oh, God damn it.
what?
Yeah. Before we move on to the game, I want to ask you 2 more action Christmas movie questions, Edwin.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Christmas action movie, period, overall?
Fuck. I'm gonna go with Die Hard.
Die
of
Hard.
course. Die Hard and
You can name multiple. That's cool.
Die Hard, I Come in Peace, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Long Kiss Goodnight, Lethal Weapon, Invasion USA, and I think a new one for me now is Three Days of the Condor.
Nice. And why do you think Christmas and action go together so well?
I think it's awesome because in Halloween there's always a serial killer up and about and stuff like that. but at Christmas time, like just you got the ornaments, the decoration, the setting, the vibe, the Christmas music, everything about it. Like nothing can go wrong on Christmas, but little did they know, shit's about to go down. Just like Invasion USA, like a neighborhood, suburban area, try to enjoy a wonderful Christmas.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about, Christmas is this very vibrant, public, sort of communal thing, critiques of the consumerism and stuff aside. And to have that contrasted with this genre, and I think especially compared to horror, which is also popular, but Christmas action is obviously, in the same way that all action is more mainstream, I think Christmas action is more mainstream because I think anybody, can kind of enjoy the mayhem of like somebody driving like a car through like a big giant Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It's just fun, it's fun.
That's right.
It's kind of
also just makes for good production design.
Yeah, it's like the cultural equivalent of like
does.
Independence Day, where you're getting to blow up like monuments and stuff, and it's this getting to like blow up a Christmas tree is cooler than getting to blow up a regular tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's move on to Connor's Wicked Games, sponsored by Chris Isaac. Every week, like Jigsaw, I like to play a little game. This week, we're playing a game called Secret Santas. I'm going to tell you guys stuff about a movie. I'm gonna tell you the name of the movie, and you have to tell me which major star of the film played Santa in a different film, essentially. So I'm gonna be telling you about an action movie, and you have to tell me who from that film played Santa somewhere else.
Okay.
Connor, can I just finish these auditions really fast, if possible?
How long do you think it would be?
Let's do it. All right. But fine. Now continue on.
Okay, cool. Like I think this will take less time than that, and you want to focus on that more probably.
Get rid of this one.
Are you good, Edwin?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do this.
Yeah, so they played Santa in another movie, or in a couple of cases, like someone with the duties of Santa. Like, I'm not trying to trick you, but like there are certain cases where the character's not called Santa Claus, but they're like living at the North Pole and doing Santa Claus, and it's like a weird take on Santa Claus stuff, you know?
Okay.
And first I'm going to tell you stuff about the movie, and everyone can guess, and if you get that right and don't change your answer, you get 3 points. I will then list the major cast members, at which point you can change your answer and get 1 point if you're correct. Then lastly, I'm going to ask you guys what were the movies they were Santa in. And then whoever says those first, those are first come, first serve, unlike the others where people can, I'll reveal it. You get 2 points for each of those. And so I think that's the general, let's see, movie, film, first I'm going to say the major stars of the film, change your answer, get 3 points, okay. All right, first off, first action movie that one of these major cast members played Santa and something else. The 1996 post-apocalyptic action film Escape from L.A. Everybody directed by John Carpenter, etc. This one isn't first come, first serve. Everyone gets to guess. Scott, but who do you want to guess?
Kurt Russell.
Marina and Edwin, you guys have any guesses?
I know Kurt Russell played Santa recently, so I'm gonna go with that.
You're gonna do the same thing, Edwin?
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
I won't even read the starring names, even though I could to trip you up, because you are all correct. It was because I feel like if I read these, it's Steve Buscemi, Peter Fonda, Cliff Robertson. Maybe they played Santa and something.
I would love to see
you know what, Cliff Robertson.
Yeah. I can see Peter Fonda also potentially.
Oh yeah.
Now, and these are first come first serve. What was the name of the thing that Kurt Russell played Santa in?
The Christmas Chronicles.
All right, that's 2 points for Scott. Does anyone want to guess the other thing he was Santa in?
Oh Jesus. Nope.
The Christmas Chronicles 2.
That is correct.
That one. Oh my God.
I gave you guys a chance. I
felt tricked. I don't know. I'm not really, but it felt like it.
All right, next movie. Who from this film was Santa? This 2014 superhero film named The Amazing Spider-Man 2, directed by Mark Webb. And written by the always reliable Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orci.
Letting you know that 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah. Any guesses?
Paul Giamatti.
Oh, damn it. He's Rhino in that, right?
Paul Giamatti.
Well, I'm just going with you guys. I can't see. It's not Dane DeHaan or anything, so I'm going with Paul Giamatti.
It is indeed Paul Giamatti. And in what movie, this first come first serve, did he play Santa Claus?
Fred Claus.
That is correct.
Fred Claus.
Oh my God, I had no idea. This is crazy.
All right, next up, The 2015 action spy film Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, directed by Christopher McQuarrie.
Oh, who the hell is in that?
My guess is Alec Baldwin.
Oh,
Wait. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. The only person I can think of in that franchise for some reason besides Tom Cruise is Simon Pegg, and that's not correct, but that'll be my answer.
Edwin?
What was the question again?
It's who in Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation played Santa somewhere else. No answer?
This man is thinking hard.
Did he disconnect?
I don't know. It's just he looks very
Yeah, I actually cannot tell if he's thinking or
thoughtful.
frozen.
I mean, his image is definitely frozen, but I don't know if he actually disconnect or if it's just stalling for a second.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
What did you guess, Edwin?
I said I have nothing.
You have
I got
nothing?
nothing.
All right, let me give you guys the lead cast as indicated by Wikipedia. It is one of these.
You heard my guess, right?
Yeah, I did hear your guess.
Okay,
I have it logged.
okay.
It's Tom Cruise, Jeremy Renner, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, Rebecca Ferguson, Sean Harris, and Alec Baldwin. No changes.
I'm gonna say Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy, you mean Jeremy Renner?
Oh, Jeremy Irons.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, Edwin. You're wrong either way, and Scott is right. It is indeed Mr. I'm not gonna make a joke about that. It's Alec Baldwin.
Off limits, Connor.
No, you know what, Connor? Shoot your shot.
Yeah. I'm technically friends of a friend with that person, so it's very strange because they were AFI like the year below or above me or something.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's fucked up. But what movie did Mr. Alec Baldwin play Santa in?
Oh god!
Okay, it's like the Guardian Chronicles or some.
Ooh, I wouldn't have a clue. This is just not. Oh my god, this is hard.
It's just like the Guardians.
The Guardians.
You're really close.
Is it the ones with the owls? No, I'm thinking.
No, that's the Guardians of Ghoul.
That's not okay.
Okay,
no,
all I know is it's like different like holidays. I assume this is the one we were talking about where it's like he's not exactly Santa.
This is one of them,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I know Chris Pine did. I've actually not seen this one. I heard it's really good, but like, so what's it called?
It's called Rise of the Guardians.
Okay, yeah. I knew the Guardians was in there somewhere.
Yeah, you were so close. Next up, this one I put in just for Edwin. Who from the 1972 action adventure drama disaster film The Poseidon Adventure played Santa Claus?
Gene Hackman.
I'll go with that.
I'm gonna wait to hear the cast.
You can do Gene Hackman and then stay on it if you want.
We'll go with Gene Hackman then. Yeah.
All right. So the cast is Gene Hackman, Ernest Borgnine, Red Buttons, Carol Lindley, Roddy McDowall, Stella Stevens, Shelley Winters, Jack Albertson, Pamela Sue Martin, Arthur O'Connell, Eric Shea, and Leslie Nielsen.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Leslie Nielsen.
I kind of want to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change my answer. I like that.
Yeah.
Edwin, are you sticking on Gene Hackman, especially knowing the fact that previously when you guys all guessed the right answer, I didn't go to the second part? Effectively telling you that Gene Hackman wasn't the one. Edwin?
I think he's talking to somebody.
It's amazing.
I'm just gonna. I can't understand what you're saying.
You know, Edwin's sticking with Gene Hackman. Hey, man.
Yeah,
You snooze, you lose.
Exactly. Major.
This is what happened to Wicked Games, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's Gene Hackman.
all right, see, he's
so
doubling
sure
down.
of it. Yeah.
It's not. It's Leslie Nielsen.
Yes. It's just something instinctual about that.
Yeah, that sounds
sense.
about right. I have no idea what, but he did enough
Seriously.
stuff that, like, that sounds about right.
Gene Hackman dressed up as Santa Claus as another character, but that's not the same thing as playing the character of Santa Claus.
So
It's still Santa Claus, man. It's still Santa Claus.
What?
Connor, I gotta leave this place right now, man.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll have Scott and Marina will compete for gold and silver.
Yeah.
You can,
Somebody forfeit.
Yeah, because we have to be out of this space already, so I gotta get everything ready.
All right. Well, all right, man. It was good having you. I'll see you
See you
soon.
later, Edwin.
Bye.
So that's it. Marina, you're gonna meet me at the theater, right?
Yep.
All right. I'll see you there soon.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. And then what did Leslie Nielsen play Santa in?
Oh, see, that's because, he has done probably stuff he's done a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No guesses? He played in 2 movies, the second of which was a sequel to the first. All I Want for Christmas and Santa Who?
See, I know what. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, but were they made for TV movies? Or
They were like kids' movies in like the 90s, like really low budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
One might have been like a direct-to-video thing, I think.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Next up is the 1987 buddy cop action comedy film Lethal Weapon, directed by Richard Donner, written by Shane Black. Who in that movie has played Santa Claus?
Mel Gibson.
Ooh. Well, I know for sure that's true. I want to say that.
That is correct.
Mel Gibson.
And can we name what Mel Gibson played?
Fat Man.
Fat Man, indeed. Came out last year, so.
Fat Man.
Let's see. Next up, we've got the 2017 action thriller film Atomic Blonde, directed by David Leitch, written by names I don't recognize, so I'm not going to read them. I'm sorry, guys.
This is why they strike.
Blonde.
They strike for nothing.
This is a strike. Any guesses?
John Goodman.
Oh, I don't even remember that movie too well because to me it wasn't very memorable. But if I'm just going to hold off until you read the cast.
All right. We've got Charlize Theron, James McAvoy, John Goodman, Tel Schweiger, Eddie Marsan, Sophia Boutella, and Toby Jones.
I wish it was Toby Jones. That'd be awesome. But I think it's John Goodman. So
that is indeed correct. It was John Goodman. So that's 3 for Scott, 1 for Marina. And what
let's go.
Did John Goodman play Santa in?
Futurama.
That is one of 4 things he played Santa in.
My God.
There's 3 other answers here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was Robot Santa in the first appearance before being taken over by
man.
Before they couldn't afford it.
Yeah. And John DiMaggio did it. And to be honest, thinking back, I don't know if I actually ever got that when I was watching as like a teen.
No. I was wondering, is that him? I think the first time, but it doesn't bother me. It's close enough, yeah.
Yeah. Any guesses about the other things he played Santa in?
I mean, it makes sense. Just no offense, John.
I cannot.
Yeah, I have no idea. No, that's the one I do.
Again, there are probably all these kids movies that maybe I just missed, or maybe they're TV movies, direct video. I don't know.
That's what's funny is 3 of the 4 of them are voiceover roles. He was Santa in It's a SpongeBob Christmas special.
Okay.
From about 10 years ago, and the late 90s version I think a direct-to-video Rudolph, or no, it was a theatrical feature, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer adaptation.
Okay.
And he played on in 2006 a live-action remake of The Year Without Santa Claus premiered on NBC.
Like a live?
Yeah. I think so, maybe. I'm not sure. It was released on DVD. No, I think it was just live action. This was before that stuff. I don't know why it's being like segments. I guess it was originally like the stop motion thing. But
okay. Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Next up we have Drive, the 2011 action drama film directed by Nicholas Winding Refn.
Damn it. What is his name?
Bryan Cranston?
Oh shit. I'm not thinking of Bryan Cranston. What am I thinking?
Is it Ron Perlman?
Ooh. Damn it, that would be good. Maybe.
No, I'm just trying to look. I don't know what my answer is now. Or did Oscar Isaac play Santa? I could see. Here's what I know. It's probably not Ryan Gosling.
No, probably not. That'd be great, but probably not.
It's probably
I think Ron Perlman's a really good choice.
Yeah, it's probably not Ryan Gosling, Carey Mulligan, or Christina Hendricks.
What's the oh god, it's the
there's another possible candidate that you guys haven't mentioned yet,
no,
even.
I know. I'm forgetting his name.
Albert Brooks.
Yes.
Even though that would be extra funny, but
I know, that's what I want.
I know he's in the movie, but I'm also thinking it's not him.
But that would be like, that feels like something Albert Brooks would do.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like,
see, that's what I want to say, but I have a feeling he was just not cast as Santa in something. So I'm gonna say Ron Perlman.
Well, in that case, I will go with Bryan Cranston. Yeah,
you guys have named all of the main actors. Well, I named some of them. I named the two women, Carey Mulligan and Christina Hendricks. But you guys named Ryan Gosling, Bryan Cranston, Oscar Isaac, Ron Perlman, and Albert Brooks. Does anybody want to change their answer?
Shit! Now I'm a little insecure.
No, I'm sticking with it because I have no clue. So why not?
I'm sticking with mine.
Yeah, like Cranston's been a character actor for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
So it seems like I could see him getting cast somewhere down the line. So
you're right, Scott.
Me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
He played.
I'm terrible at this game.
Wait, let me like.
Oh yeah, try to guess. This is gonna be a hard one to guess.
Okay, then forget it.
This is the 2001 TV movie The Santa Claus Brothers.
Oh, I think I've actually seen a clip of this. He's quite young. It's a DCOM. It's a DCOM, right?
It's
a
not.
Disney Channel original movie.
I don't think so.
He's done one of them. I know that for sure. He's done a lot of weird.
He probably
projects,
has.
but...
No, but
that's what I mean by like he was a character actor for years. So like,
yeah. There's a bunch of it's got Richard Kind, Harland Williams, Joe Flaherty.
Richard Kind.
All right. Moving on.
Oh wow.
The 2008 action adventure film Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Aww.
Who in here played
fucking
Santa?
I saw that movie once when it came out.
Me too. I never saw it again.
Don't remember the cast.
I was
Hell no.
Here's what I was like. I know it wasn't Harrison Ford, Kate Blanchett, or Shia LaBeouf.
I was gonna just say Shia LaBeouf because I have no fucking clue.
You know who I think it is? I can't.
I'll go ahead
and the actor. Yeah, name the cat. I have to get his name.
I'll go ahead and give you another one who it isn't from the main cast. It's Karen Allen. Do you guys want the cast?
Yeah, because I can't think of the dude's name. Because as soon as you say it, it'll be like it's him.
Harrison Ford, Kate Blanchett, Karen Allen, Ray Winstone, John Hurt, Jim Broadbent, and Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, I forgot John Hurt was in that movie.
Ooh.
See, I thought it was Ray Winston, but now
Yeah,
like,
because I'm just thinking, like, who fits the bill? Like,
okay, so if we were just talking live action physicality,
yeah,
Ray Winston, but like, since we're doing like voiceover stuff too, like, oh man, like John Hurt cast, like, ugh.
I'm going. Shit. This is so, because yeah, it could be a voiceover, so it doesn't matter like what they look like. Whew.
Yeah, when you said John Hurt, that was like that one really hit me. So I'm gonna go with that guess. Yeah.
Damn. I don't want to sound like a copycat, but I think I'm a little more confident with John Hurt as well.
Well, you're both wrong. You
it was Winston. I talked myself out of it.
You would have been wrong with Winston as well. It was
shit.
Jim Broadbent.
It was Kate Blanchett. Oh shit. Yeah, okay, that would make sense too. That would absolutely make sense too.
He played, and he actually, and I almost brought this up. He has played Santa 3 times in 3 things you could guess. One live action film, 1 animated film, and 1 advertisement.
Advertisement.
All right.
Any guesses on these?
None whatsoever.
Was he in a Coke commercial?
No, it was an Aldi ad. He was in the animated film Arthur Christmas, where he played
that's right,
Malcolm Claus, the man in charge. So this is one of the not technically Santa, but you know.
Yeah.
And then he played Santa in the 2014 Get Santa, which I think is like a British comedy about a bunch of kids getting Santa.
Like those crazy Brits.
Yeah. I think it's probably more like they're like pulling one over on him, you know, like that kind of thing than
good old prank
murdering him. Yeah. All right. Next up, the 2010 action comedy film Red, based on the comic by Warren Ellis.
Helen Mirren. No, maybe not. Damn.
Yeah, I don't.
Let me read this cast.
I don't know who's in that.
I haven't seen it, so like I know the main cast, and I can't think of it. I'm gonna assume it's probably one of the supporting players. So yeah, I'll need to hear the cast.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich, Mary Louise Parker, Helen Mirren, Carl Urban, Rebecca Pidgeon, Brian Cox, Richard Dreyfuss, Julia McMahon, Ernest Borgnine once again. We know it's not him because he was mentioned earlier and he wasn't it. And James Remar. So you can at least check one of them off.
What the hell? Wait.
There's a lot of
Can you read the cast again?
Yeah, there's a lot of names.
There's a lot of Santa-coded people in this.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, can we hear that again?
Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich, Mary Louise Parker, Helen Mirren, Carl Urban, Rebecca Pidgeon, Brian Cox, Richard Dreyfuss, Julia McMahon, and James Remar. I admitted Ernest Borgnine.
Fuck it, Richard Dreyfuss. Fuck it.
I was going to say Brian Cox.
I was going to also say that too. Damn it. I don't know. There's too many Santa-coded folk.
It is John Malkovich who provided the voice. There's no... I'm just going to tell you guys because there's a 0% chance... if you guys want to try to guess this...
I have no idea.
The 1987 TV movie, Santa Bear's High-Flying Adventure.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I must have been not born.
And he was Santa?
Yes, he was Santa in that one. All right, we got a couple more. We're at the tail end. 1992 action thriller film Patriot Games.
I haven't seen this.
We know at least one person you can scratch off the list, Harrison Ford, because he wasn't the answer for Indiana Jones.
I have to wait for the cast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hear the cast.
Like I said, I'm just going to admit people who were not it because of the way the game works. Ann Archer, Patrick Bergen, Sean Bean, Thora Birch, James Vox, Samuel L. Jackson, James Earl Jones, and Richard Harris.
Ooh, okay. Well, didn't we mention Richard Harris? No, maybe.
I'm gonna guess James Earl Jones.
Literally, I was gonna say the same thing. He just has a presence, obviously his voice, but
yeah.
I'm going with that. Damn it, James Earl Jones.
That is indeed the man in that movie that played Santa. Can anyone name what he played Santa in? I'll go ahead and give you a hint. He voiced Santa in a TV show special for a animated kids show.
Kids show, so not like adult animation.
I'm just gonna say Tiny Toons, the Tiny Toons Christmas special.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
It is the Recess. Remember Recess? Miracle on 3rd Street. He voiced Santa Claus.
It's all coming back to me now. That's a good. I love Recess. Wow. Hell yeah.
All right. 2008 neo-noir action thriller Max Payne, based on the game by Remedy Entertainment.
Yikes. I have no clue. I have no idea.
You guys want to hear the cast?
I'm gonna guess Mark Wahlberg.
Well, I'll give you the cast. It's just because Marina didn't guess. Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, Beau Bridges, Chris Ludacris Bridges, no relation, and Olga Kurylenko.
Okay, I'm going with Mark Wahlberg on that one.
It is Beau Bridges.
What the?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually wasn't even. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I could have changed it. Yeah.
You could have changed it, but you are so.
Man.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, Scott. You're definitely getting a gold medal, and Marina, you're
absolutely.
definitely. And he played Santa in the 2000 American made-for-television family fantasy drama, The Christmas Secret.
I don't know about that.
Based on the speculative book Flight of the Reindeer.
All right.
And then last one, my most wicked.
Oh, God damn it! These have been wicked.
The 2010 romantic action comedy film Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Okay.
Directed by Edgar Wright, based on the comic by Brian Lee O'Malley.
Everyone's relatively.
And I'll say this: I'm going based off of who is sort of positioned as the main cast on Wikipedia, which, to be fair, is about half of who I think most people would consider the main cast, and most of the other half is like the singer and like people who are don't have as much of a name outside of Scott Pilgrim. Any guesses, or do people want to hear the names?
I know the cast, so
I'm just gonna say Chris Evans. I have no idea. Everyone's young. I can't think of anyone who would. I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna say Aubrey Plaza. I could just see her like in some.
Well, listed on the side here is Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Kieran Culkin, Chris Evans, Anna Kendrick, Allison Pill, Brandon Ruth, and Jason Schwartzman. Not Aubrey Plaza is not listed on there.
Okay.
Wow.
Schwartzman.
I'm gonna say Jason Schwartzman. I have a feeling he might have voiced something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is Anna Kendrick, who in.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. In like.
Can you name the name of the movie?
The Disney movie.
Yeah, the Disney movie with Bill Hader. I did like Molly Santa or something, like Nancy Santa or.
Yeah, it's like, oh damn it! It's a Disney Plus movie.
Yeah, it's like one of their first like drops. I have no fucking clue. Yeah, like I'm just gonna say two words. Yeah.
It's like Nancy Claus or some shit like that. It's like
Noelle is the name of the movie and the name of her character.
Yeah. Yes. Oh goddamn.
Well,
it wasn't terrible, but
the outcome of this game was decided by the time Edwin left.
I know.
Scott,
I know.
You ran away with it.
Yeah, it came in
Marina,
strong, but they got harder as it went on.
it did. I think I do a pretty good job of organizing them so they get harder as they go on.
Oh yeah. Totally
and
challenging.
Let me switch.
Not even Anna Kendrick remembers she made Noah.
And that just happened like a couple of years ago.
Like she's like I made a movie with Bill Hader. When the fuck?
Yeah. You know what the funniest thing about this movie is it came out December 2019.
Feels like forever ago, like even longer ago.
It's just funny because it's like right before the pandemic, and in my head, Disney Plus is such a pandemic thing, like I think
if they would have waited on this movie and debuted it in December of 2020, it would have been the biggest Christmas movie of all time.
People would be still talking about
it.
Yeah.
But no, they
especially if it was good.
Yeah. But no one will ever know. But let me I turned off my video on accident. Let me turn this over here. And I need to catch up on Frasier. I'm gonna do my Frasier recap for the last part of the season on the next episode. But is there anything else people have been engaging with? I'd love to get a motherfucking ceasefire up into this motherfucker if we could. And I saw the new Godzilla movie, which was a lot of fun. I'm sad Edwin isn't here.
I absolutely loved it. It's incredible. I want to see it again.
Yeah, I saw it in Japan, so that means no captions. I only speak a little bit of Japanese, so I got just the bare bones of what was happening. So I'm gonna rewatch it here, and I just loved everything that at least I saw, and also just the structure of it. It's perfect. But I did watch The Apartment on the plane, and I just got to say 10 out of 10 movie. It's from 1960. So totally different genre, but just had to do a shout out.
Another two great films.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go ahead and end it. We lost this episode's called Edwin's Explosive Xmas. He's not even here.
He blew out of here.
Yeah, he exploded.
Yeah, he exploded.
That's how explosives.
I want to say thank you to Brian Robert for composing our outro. Please follow us, CinemaCurse666 on TikTok and Instagram. Like and subscribe. That sort of stuff. Smash that like button. Share this with your DMV agent. Next time you go to the DMV, be like, hey, I know something you'd like. Check this out. And I want to say that one series that we're going to start, I believe it's going to, the earliest we'll do this is January 10th, as we're starting the Twin Peaks Book Club episodes. And the first of those is going to be
and stuff.
Well, I'm calling it the book club. We're just watching we're just watching the show. I'm calling it the Twin Peaks Book Club because we're going to we're sort of assigning chunks of it, and then we're going to come back and talk about those chunks.
That's so funny. I was just thinking about doing a rewatch this year. I didn't know you were doing that.
Yeah, we're going to start in, like I said, the earliest episode we'll be back from Christmas will be January 10th, and I might even wait until the next week to do an episode back, and I might even wait to do the Twin Peaks Club as the second episode back. So it might be as late as like the 24th before we get to this.
All right, we got time.
Somewhere, the earliest will be the January 10th is the first episode, and that's going to be talking about the pilot and episodes 1 and 2.
Fantastic.
We're going to be talking about 4 to 5 episodes per episode of Cinema Curse, and doing it every so often, especially in the first half of the year when there's kind of less stuff to talk about sometimes.
All right.
But yeah, and I think that's just about it. Oh yeah, and then next week, we're doing 2 more before the break, I believe. And next week is the Road to the 2023 Oscars Part 2, a continuation from Killer New Cinema, and we're going to talk specifically about Saltburn and Poor Things.
Okay, cool.
Two movies that, whatever you think of them are definitely movies that I think are going to be in the in the conversation for certain
Yeah.
awards. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Thank you
All
guys
right.
for joining me.
Thanks, Connor.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Goodbye, citizens. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you later.
See you next time.